Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game, and welcome to another Gander video. Today, I am checking out the demo for a visual novel called Yonder World, Interview with the Void by Fluttering Abyss. The description for this game is a psychological horror story with a spiking sense of danger and gentle melancholy, an out-of-this-world adventure revolving around books, memories, and mortality. Along the way, perhaps you shall pick up pieces of a long-forgotten heart, or some unlikely companions that you never knew you needed. Yonder World follows the story of Vellus, a young angel who has recently received her dream job in heavens. After a series of disappointing and unfortunate events, she finds herself in a strange world, perpetually drenched in midnight moonlight, whose inhabitants consist of a singular, mysterious, and infinitely powerful entity, and her few visitors. Help Vellus navigate a world full of lurking dangers and filled with melancholy in her quest to find her way home. Perhaps along the way, she will learn to undo the knots in her heart and even others. Or perhaps you will play a hand in plucking her fledgling wings and breaking her halo. I was like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. I was seeing this going around the interwebs, Twitter especially. I believe that this had an updated demo come out at the end of April. And their planned release date for this game is next month, June 22nd. So I was like, why don't we take a look at this? This looks kind of cool. I really like this menu. This looks great. What a great opening screen. Let's begin. Ooh, this is super pretty, my goodness. Please! I... Whoa. Man, I love your look too.
How bold of you to intrude upon my realm unannounced. Are you so eager to wipe yourself out of existence?
No, You're probably wondering how I've gotten myself into this predicament. Well, in all honesty, I'm not sure myself. But in order to understand my situation a little better, we have to go back in time. To where it all began. Ooh, neat. So you can pick your name. New job today. Let's work hard, smiley. Report to your superior, 7 a.m. at West Wing Square. I'll leave it as Vellus. Day 1. Okay. Wow. The detail in the background art. Hi, my name is Vellus. Reporting for duty. Today is my first day on the job. Well, not just any job. I have been selected to be junior scribe for the Archangel Raziel, Keeper of Mysteries. To work at the Heavenly Archives has been a dream of mine since before I could read. As soon as I heard there was an opening, I rushed to apply for the position. To my immense excitement, I got a call back. Waiting on the line of fresh-faced, eager recruits just as myself, I can barely contain my excitement. I bounce on heels a little, trying to not break decorums. But I can't help the grin on my face when my turn comes. Superior.
Ah, yes, your name is here. You have spoken to Samantha, yes?
I have, yes.
I see you have received our standard tablet and navigation device.
Yep, got them just yesterday.
Very well. The device should be already set up for your tasks. Follow the instructions on the tablet. The navigation device will point you to the correct facility.
I have a question, actually. The navigation device is pointing west, but the archives is north. Could there have been a mistake? My superior doesn't even look at my offered tablet.
That is right. Your task as a junior scribe is to catalog and sort the archive's new storage facility.
Oh, I see. Well, I thought...
All instructions have been loaded into your tablet. Have you not read them?
Well, I have, but I was assuming the...
Good. Please get to your designated position.
Storage is in the same building. My superior has already turned to the next new recruit in line before I could finish my sentence. Feeling rather off-put, I sigh and look down at the set of instructions on my clipboard. It looks just like any other ordinary office supply on the outside, but with a single tap of the quill on its parchment surface, any information I require would appear immediately. Well, any preloaded information, that is. Junior Scribe Vellus, duty day 1. Sighing again, I flick at the compass pinned at the edge of the clipboard. The arrow doesn't even budge. Let's get this started then. The navigation device takes me to a building that I have never been to before, filled with long corridors and closed doors, none of which are the place I'm supposed to be. Is this thing working properly? I'll be late if I don't get there soon. The navigator continues pointing forward, while the tablet only shows the remaining distance to the storage facility. For a magical device, you sure are unhelpful. All necessary information is listed below. Is it, though? This isn't even the archives building. Negative. This building has rooms and floors belonging to several sectors of the heavenly bodies. I'm just saying... Ugh, forget about it. At this rate, I really am going to be late for my first day at work, and I can't think of anything more mortifying than that to go on my permanent record. This definitely isn't what I imagined it to be. I have been to the Celestial Archives before, the section available to my age group of course, and it has always been my dream to work there. I knew having a job at the place wouldn't be the same as just visiting. But as long as I'm surrounded by such wealth of knowledge, I wouldn't mind the duties coming with it. I am an angel, after all. Tending to our given duties is... How would mortals put it? Tending to our given duties is our lifeblood. But this is unexpected. Perhaps it was presumptuous of me to think I was going to be placed into the archives itself. The job description didn't specify where I will be working, just my tasks. Though cataloging the archive's properties and taking care of our adjacent facilities can be rather misleading. Definitely didn't expect it to be in an entirely different building, for sure. In the end, I have to step outside and flag down a passerby for help. Man, this looks a lot like that one courtyard in Magical Diary. Passerby Angel.
You're in the right place, just on the wrong floor.
Oh, I see. How would I get to the correct floor? Sorry, this is my first day on the job.
You should have read the instruction manual.
Despite wanting to scream that the gear never came with my instructions, I swallow back my words as he points me in the right direction.
And the room should be the first on your right, room A5.
Thank you.
No problem. If you have some time, you should read through the manual. Here.
He casually plucks out the quill from my hand and taps it onto the navigation device. That seems to unlock something, and the tablet's surface gleams with lines of instructions. So that's how it works. Thank you so much. Thanking the angel profusely, I hurry off to my destination. My goodness. Everything's so pretty. With the instruction, and now knowing how to operate the tablet, I managed to find the room pretty quickly. This hall is devoid of angels, unlike the other parts of the building. Worse yet, it appears to be the lowest floor, where most of our natural lights are obscured by clouds. I can see several rooms down the corridor, but the lack of sounds leads me to believe they are all empty. There's not even a supervisor, huh? At my question, the tablet's surface ripples. All your progress and completed tasks will be recorded and sent to your supervisor. Oh, now you want to help. You are 46 minutes and 9 seconds late. Please enter and begin your tasks. Ah! Panicked, I stumble through the doors quickly. This doesn't look like a storeroom. Correct. This lot has been recently assigned to the Heavenly Archives to become a storage facility. Your task is to catalog Room A5's inventory and arrange for furniture removal. Additionally, you are to clean up the residue substances and alchemical components from the test table and shelves. This This isn't a job for a scribe. This is cleanup work.
Incorrect. As junior scribe, your duty is mainly to catalog the archive's properties and report to your assigned supervisor.
But this stuff is to be cleaned out. Look at this place. It's half a knuckle deep in dust. If there was anything of value here, then someone would have taken care of it long ago. Wouldn't it be quicker to just throw out everything?
Incorrect. That would be a waste of potential resources. As a junior scribe, this is your given duty. If you have further objections to the tasks, you may turn in the items assigned to you at the Heavenly Archives Apprentice Recruitment Department on floor AC-22, room 503, desk...
All right. I get it. I'll get to work. Show me what I need to do. With a tap, a list appears on the clipboard. I balk at it, how long it is, though don't dare to voice myself should the stupid device report me to my superior. I'm not supposed to do this in one day, am I?
Negative. The tasks assigned for this room are estimated to take up to a week in total. You are to clear up the remaining rooms on this floor afterwards.
The other rooms as well?
Correct.
Would they take as much time to clean as this one? Are they all old classrooms?
Negative. Each room has its own estimated time. And correct.
How long will it take to clear the entire floor?
Estimating 3 months, 2 weeks, and 5 days.
Almost 15 weeks? All right. I'll just start with this. Yeah. Clean the classroom or clean the lab? When I have the most energy, I feel like the lab has more cleaning that needs to be done than the class. Like, the classroom's pretty sparse, aside from dust. But the lab had all kinds of stuff going on there. Maybe clean the lab first? One look at the shelves and I can tell it's going to be grueling work. Nowhere in my training was I prepared to handle alchemical components and substances. Sure, I have a basic understanding of them, as any good scholar would, but that doesn't mean I'm comfortable dealing with them. Are you sure I'm qualified to deal with this?
You are not responsible for any container that is not labeled. They are all to be placed into transport boxes and sent to this building's floor AC2, room D-12.
So just put them away to be transported?
Correct.
Ha! First good news you've given me all day. All right, let's get this done. Luckily, there are a few empty crates at the back of the room. Perching the tablet onto the table, I quickly stack the component bottles away. Unfortunately, I'm having problems with the jars. A few of the lids aren't secure anymore, and I can see the contents of some jars have hardened. Ew! This one has mold! Shaking my head, I transfer all the unsealed jars and bottles onto the table. I'm going to need some safety gear to deal with these. There are no labels either. Pretty sure some of them are expired and can be volatile. Maybe... Ah! I should have kept my mouth shut. A thin sheen of dust has floated up from the jar. I don't even know what happens next, only able to grab the tablet and hold it in front of my face before a flash consumes the entire room. The force of the blast knocks me backwards. My wings slam painfully into the shelves. Ah! The higher-up bottles rain down on me. I raise the clipboard over my head, screaming as horrible pain shoots through me. It's a terrible sensation of being torn apart into a million pieces, then stitched back with an incredibly dull needle. It is so unbearable that I frantically beg to pass out, to be put out of my misery. I don't want to feel anything anymore. Please! Please! Help! Take it all away! Please! As if my prayers are answered, suddenly everything stops. A hollowed sob punches out of me. I curl to myself, shaking as the phantom pain seeks to take hold of my heart. But the temporal peace does not last for long.
Oh? What do we have here?
Opening my eyes, I freeze before the most terrifying sight I have ever seen in my life. Ah, so this is how it started, huh?
Please! I...
How bold of you to intrude upon my realm unannounced. Are you so eager to wipe yourself out of existence?
No! No,
Being stared down by seething blue eyes and a smile that can burst the bravest heart, I can only clutch the tablet in front of me helplessly as my brain scrambles to find an answer. The tendrils of pure darkness that spread around the entity truly do not make it easier to think. Do we tell the truth or lie to the hentai tentacle lady? I am an angel. I should probably tell the truth.
I'm so sorry. This has been a mistake. I didn't mean to intrude. I swear upon my halo. There was an accident, and I was transported here. I'm so sorry. I was being careless and alone, and I didn't know what happened, but I'm here now, and I'm sorry. I just want to go home.
Is that so?
Yes.
You were alone, you said? And there was an accident, I assume?
Yes. I was careless with some alchemical jars, and some weird reactions happened, and... Ah!
Looking down, I realize the parchment is torn, while the navigator has all but fallen off.
Oh no! My supervisor is going to kill me when she finds out. I'm going to get fired.
I see you are in quite the predicament.
Yes! I must make amends somehow.
The solution is rather simple, I must say.
It is?
Indeed.
Ah!
A tendril lashes out, snatching the clipboard away. But that seems to be the last thing I should be worried about. Oh. Darkness weaves around me, pulling at my arms, my legs, my wings, plucking at my feathers, constricting around my body. Am I becoming human? I try to fly, even though my fledgling wings cannot lift me higher than a few feet. Even if I could fly, it would have been too late. Darkness swarms my vision, snuffing out light, snuffing out sound. I struggle futilely, praying and begging for salvation. Pain sears through me, 1,000 times worse than before. This time it feels like my very soul is being ripped out, being filled with something so vile and terrible that no words can describe it. I scream, louder and more frantic than before, the feeling of blood filling my throat as it tears. I thrash, using every ounce of strength left in my body, feeling the utter terror of knowing I am being consumed. And then, nothing. Your wish is granted. Do I have sneakers? Whoa, bad end! Wow! Okay. Bad end right off the bat. Well, let's try that again, shall we? Apparently, one should always lie to the devil. Maybe I'll clean the classroom this time, yeah. Not wanting to deal with alchemical components just after an exhausting conversation with a magical clipboard of all things, I take a look around the classroom. I wasn't exaggerating when I said the room is covered in half a knuckle of dust. Just the slightest movement threatens to drown me in sneezes. Ugh! This is going to be a lot of work. There aren't even any windows in here. With the tablet's help, I managed to find an old utility closet down the hall and come back to do a quick sweep through the room. After ensuring that I won't be suffocated in dust in the immediate future, I take stock of the cabinets lining the walls. It seems this had been a training facility at one point. There are a few inactive clipboards in the cabinets. Older models, though it seems like my own isn't that advanced compared to them. There are several other common supplies as well, most of which have long run out of magic. Huh? What is this? Amidst the pile of old clipboards, I find a small wooden box. Inside, there is a navigation device. This looks different than mine. The somewhat aggressive-looking device is not at all similar to mine. Interestingly enough, it seems active if the lights are of any indication. However, none of the pointers seem to be working. Is this an older model? Or a fancier one? I tried to scan it with the clipboard.
Object unrecognized. Catalog unavailable.
What a helpful device you are. I guess I'll just take this to my supervisor after this shift, then.
Affirmative.
Pocketing the device, I make a note on the side, hoping that I won't get out of here too late to see the supervisor before the day is over. I'm not sure if I can handle another morning like today. With a sigh and a shake of my head, I label each cabinet, planning to go back to them after the desks are clean so I can have some space to sort them properly. Sounds like simple work, but by the time I'm done, it's late afternoon. Let's have a look at the alchemical stuff before I leave.
Okay, so I come here anyway after that. Interesting. So yeah, angel or no, when dealing with the devil, you make sure you lie through your teeth.
My lips tremble as I stare at the winding tendrils of darkness, feeling fear settle deep within my core. This creature, this being cannot know I am alone. Eyes wild, I glance down at my clipboard. Its parchment is torn, while the navigator has fallen off. My stomach spasms with panic, especially when I realize the shadows have crept closer in my hesitation.
I'm here for an interview!
For a split moment, it feels like time itself has stopped.
An interview.
I do not know where that has come from, but sensing the brief halt in the being's hostility, I cling to the absurd lie desperately.
Yes! You are very, very impressive. So, my superior sent me to conduct an interview with you.
The silence that follows can be cut with a knife. I brace myself, ignoring the trembles that pass through my entire body, willing my eyes to not tear up as I hold onto the clipboard like a lifeline. She bought it? Just like that, the shadows recede. Light enters the vast cold hall. Candles lining the arching walls flicker to light. The change is so sudden I can't bring myself to feel the relief.
This is an interesting turn of events.
It is?
Indeed. The audacity. But I shall indulge it. I have just run out of books to read, after all. And I doubt my sweet Moonlight would be happy if there is yet another incident.
I keep myself as still as I can as the being before me rambles, seemingly lost in her own train of thoughts. I gotta say, her smile is very unnerving. The creature, she, as appearance suggests, is fair of looks. Well, that is being modest. She is beautiful, alluring in a way that makes me both unable to look away and fearing for my life. Those blue eyes gleam in the dark lighting, exuding a chill that settles deep in my gut. My wings twitch as I recall those tendrils of darkness, moving as an extension of herself. I dare chance a glance around the vast hall I have been brought to. Everything is exquisitely crafted, from the plush carpet under my knees to the impressive architectural details curving above me. A throne room, I realize. Where the hell have I been sent to?
But where are my manners? We have yet to introduce ourselves. I have many names. Xanthrek the Broken, Mortia the Taker, Vorthrandi the Ravenous, she who takes. But you may call me Detherel.
Detherel? My name is Vellus. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I perform the best bow that I can in the position that I am in. Detherel seems amused, or at least I hope she is. Perhaps her amusement would keep me alive for a little longer.
You may rise.
Thank you. Slowly, because I don't want my still shaking legs to give out under me, I stand up. My stomach has not stopped twisting in fear, but at least without the lashing, shadowy tentacles, I feel a sliver of confidence. I am truly sorry for the sudden arrival. I don't think my superior managed to reach out.
Way over yonder is not so easily found.
Pardon?
Do not mind me. I am surprised your superior has heard of me at all, let alone wanting to conduct an interview with me.
Immediately, a hot and cold sensation rushes over my back. With great restraints, I try my best to not let my wings flutter unnervingly. Yes! I am a scribe under the Archangel Raziel, Keeper of Mysteries. He records all mysteries and secrets of the universe, especially of those who are divine and of incredible powers. In a more common circumstance, I would have some identification with me. But unfortunately, it seems like my clipboard, paperwork has been damaged during the transportation. I quickly hold up the clipboard with the torn parchment for a brief moment before clutching it and the navigator close to my chest. Detherel's smile has not flickered once during my lengthy introduction, and I barely resist the urge to fidget. Nothing I have said is a lie, technically, aside from the purpose of my visit.
I see. Unfortunately, I have not received any formal missive of your arrival. So do forgive me for the cold reception.
It is no trouble at all. I should be the one who is sorry for the abrupt arrival and less than adequate introduction.
There is no need to fuss so much. I understand my realm is difficult to reach.
Thank you for your consideration. Truly, it was a miscalculation on our part.
Very polite, aren't you?
Well, considering what happened last time I spoke the truth. You know what? There we go. I endeavor to show respect towards those of higher standing than I am. I am but a scribe. It is unfit for one of my station to stand before someone like you to begin with.
I see.
Detheril tilts her head upward for a moment, letting the pale light outside wash over her. Moonlight, I realize. It was mid-late afternoon back home when the unfortunate incident occurred, but here it is the middle of the night. Strange, as the experience, being transported here, felt like mere seconds and an eternity at once. Something coils painfully within me. How long has it truly been? Has anyone found out about what happened? Is anyone looking for me? I look at the torn surface of the clipboard and the loose navigator. Neither of them seems to work. On the parchment, a series of question marks is displayed, while the navigator's arrow stutters and changes direction every few seconds. Subtly, I try to tap my quill on the parchment, desperately wanting to know where I am, who and what the being before me really is, and if I can contact my supervisor at all. By the Lord, even knowing what time it is right now would be a relief. That's the sound I imagine.
Let us return to the matter at hand.
Of course.
You have not given me a working time period during which you are to conduct your business yet.
Panic firmly engulfs me once more. In the scramble to come up with a lie, I haven't managed to work on the details. I tap on the clipboard nervously. As you are an obviously incredible being, my reports must be detailed. I fear it would take more than just a few afternoons.
Is that so?
Indeed, Great Deathral.
No need to tack on a title for me. The first thing you must know about this place is that the concept of time is a bit different here.
How so? Deathral settles into her chair, humming with a smile that makes frost cling to my spine.
Then star nor sun shall waken, nor any change of light, nor sound of waters shaken, nor any sound or sight, nor wintry leaves nor vernal, nor days nor things diurnal, only the sleep eternal, in an eternal night.
My eyes widen as an uncontrolled shiver travels through my body. My wings twitch once, twice. My mouth feels too dry, my tongue too heavy. I swallow dryly. Algernon Charles Swinburne?
The Garden of Proserpine.
My mind races. By her answer, there are two things I can confirm. Firstly, this world, realm, whatever it is unchanging. A perpetual night, an eternal night. Secondly, Deathral knows exactly where I am from. It cannot be a coincidence that she has just quoted a prolific poet of my world. I open my mouth, but no sound comes out. Petrified by her sharp, dancing stare, I can't even muster a placating smile.
You are well read.
I bob my head mutely. Her smile widens.
Interesting indeed.
Mind racing, I desperately latch onto anything that can stretch out our conversation. You seem quite well read yourself.
I do have a lot of free time on my hands.
I see. What are your favorite genres?
I would say fiction, but that would be too broad. After all, most writings are fictional these days.
Huh?
Do not mind me. How about you, young one?
Well, I did not expect the question to be turned to me. Well, I enjoy fiction too, especially fantasy fiction. I know that's a bit strange coming from an angel, but I've always found it easy to immerse myself in, depictions of other worlds, especially those that are, well, imaginative.
You are quite a strange little angel, are you not?
Well, I've always enjoyed reading since I was formed. Since I was a child. Unlike the mortal societies, we aren't afforded many luxuries. Luxuries perhaps isn't the best word for it. It's difficult to explain, but...
Duty to the heavens is first and foremost, and the time allotted to you is to serve your Creator devotedly.
You know?
Oh, child, you are not the first angel I have encountered, and your heaven is certainly not the only one out there.
My mouth goes dry. My strained impulse control can't stop my wings from twitching this time. What does she mean that there are other heavens? This isn't something like the mortals often fantasize and theorize about, right? What is it? The multiverse? Of course. Sorry. I'm not experienced with all of this.
It is quite all right. Does make me wonder why your superior decided to send you instead of someone else more experienced.
Well... Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Regardless, you are here now, and it would be a hassle to send for a replacement now.
Yeah, I don't trust myself with this woman at all. Not anymore. Yes, verily. I almost opened my mouth to ask, but managed to rein the words in. I got into this mess myself. If I drag someone else into it, heavens. If I drag the heavens into this, what would that make me? I can't do that. Even if saying something could get me home safely, I would never be able to go on like that. Indeed. It's just a bit, strange traveling such a great distance. I promise I'll gather my bearings soon.
Do take your time. We have much to talk about, after all.
It's difficult to compose myself under her piercing gaze. Difficult to control the chills that crawl along my skin. Swallowing dryly, I pretend to write down something on my ruined parchment in a desperate attempt to regain control of my jitters. That is when I see it. Day 2. Day 2. Day 2? Day 2? Day 2.
What seems to be the problem?
Blinking rapidly, I look from the clipboard to her, more than just a little dazed. Nothing! I'm just surprised by how much time has passed.
Ah, are you growing weary, then?
Weary? Definitely mentally. My body does feel a bit strange, but I chalk it up to the anxiety of having to stand before such a fearsome creature. It just takes a bit to adjust. Suddenly, it occurs to me that I'm going to have to keep this conversation, whatever it is, go on for however long Deathral would allow it. Without rest, without break. Because I am an angel. Because angels do not have the same bodily needs as mortals. Because angels do not pause on their tasks. Because angels are made to be devoted to their duties. I have no excuse to buy any time.
The Yonder is quite a different place from where you are from, I am sure.
Yes. Quite. I'm not... I mean, angels don't sleep, so we do spend a lot of time under the night sky as well, but... It's quite cold here, isn't it? Cold? Yes, I know the sensation of cold. I know when the temperature in the air drops. I can feel the changes in the seasons, and the whistling wind that rustles through shining heavens. But being actually affected by the cold? I shiver. Maybe it is just because of how I'm feeling inside right now.
It can be, I suppose.
It's not that bad. I didn't mean to imply it's bad in any way. So, do you live alone here? It's a pretty, big place here.
It is it not? I would not have phrased some of those words the way you did. I suppose I am not alone here.
Right. There are other denizens here? Are they just as terrifying as Deathral is? Would they help me? Or would they see through my lie and end me? Still don't trust myself. I feel like I should ask, because we're interviewing, right? But if I don't latch onto any ray of hope, dim as it may be, I might not get another chance ever again. If it's not so presumptuous of me, would I be able to, interview them? For extra information, of course. It's good to have several sources. For a long, suffocating moment, I try not to squirm under Detheral's piercing gaze. Never have I felt so small in my life.
Vying for a little extra credits, I see.
I don't mean to overstep my bounds.
No need to be so jumpy. I suppose if they are amenable, then you may speak with them. But the decision would not be mine. You must gain permission yourself.
Oh. Right. Understood. Thank you.
I have not done anything.
Well, Once again, I'm at a loss of what to say. And I can't keep letting these stretches of silence, stretch between us. A lingering pain starts rippling behind my eyes. I shake my head. The stress is getting to me, but I can't afford to stop. So you said you have met other angels before. Did they come see you?
Like you?
Yes?
I can safely say I have never had something as strange as an interview imposed upon me on such short notice before.
I'm sorry.
But none of them has ever sought me out. Not like you. Tell me, how did your superior hear about me?
My thoughts come to a screeching halt, then go entirely blank. Is this it? What is she going to do to me? I don't know.
You do not know?
I don't.
I suppose you are too low-ranked to be allowed such knowledge.
My heart almost drops to the floor, but it is too soon to be relieved. I am. I was sent... I started the job with the basic instructions. I don't think... I'm pretty sure I'm not qualified to handle some of the... I'm well-read and all, but I'm too young and... Something strangely bitter settles in my mouth. She might want to hear your rant, possibly. I wanted this job all my life, but the moment I got it, they didn't pick me to get rid of me, right?
Now why would you think that?
I don't know. I read the guides and everything, but
What you wanted did not turn out to be what you imagined it would be.
Yes. Angrily, I wipe away my tears. This isn't the time to cry. My mouth is feeling too dry. My tongue is too thick in my mouth. The pain behind my eyes persists, growing more insistent. I shut my lids, feeling them a bit too tight. Scratchy, heavy. I shake my head and attempt another smile. I'm sorry. That was very unprofessional of me.
Would I be correct to assume this is your first?
Yes.
Are you familiar with interviews at all?
Well, I read them every once in a while. Our number has been increasing since the, olden days, and interviews can be one of the better methods to preserve history. Though I must confess, I don't read them that often. Or essays, for that matter.
Too boring?
Well, I find them biased sometimes. Not to call any of my superiors biased. Detheral lets out a deep chuckle, making me stop short in my stammering. I can't decide whether I should be getting more flustered or scared.
It is not wrong to have an opinion.
I suppose? Do you... Perhaps, you have heard of us, right? The angels to my world, my heaven.
I am aware of you.
She doesn't elaborate. I need to stop asking closed questions. You must be aware of our world and the varied customs in other realms that are tied to it, then. Do you perhaps... What do you think about our mortal realm?
A mortal realm often serves as tether to other unworldly planes. Sometimes it does not necessarily have to be so.
Huh?
How should I put this? Would you say, if the mortal world tied to your heaven disappears, your heaven would too?
No, I wouldn't. Something churns in my stomach. Something strange and unpleasant ripples through my body. My head spins and I feel the sudden need to sit down. Of course I don't dare to. I have never thought of something like that.
Of course not. It is a scary prospect, is it not?
I can't stop the shudder that travels through my body. It's not a reality that we need to consider. Detheral tilts her head to the side. Wait, is that... I close my eyes and shake my head, but it only serves to make me dizzier. There are tears in my eyes when I open them again. My vision grows fuzzy. Panic begins to swell within me, but even it is sluggish somehow.
Interesting choice of words.
Her voice sounds muffled, like she is underwater. Like I'm underwater.
Reality is subjective, little angel.
I don't follow. My head spins, my legs tremble beneath me.
Have patience. But I do suppose this will take quite a while. You said you enjoy reading, yes?
Mercifully, the world goes black before I hit the floor. Wow. That was a fast day. I think I'm actually going to... Well, I don't know. I want to keep playing, though. Alright, let's do one more day. What? This feels strange. A mix of unpleasant and somewhat pleasant sensations. Things that I've never felt before. My head is pounding, my eyelids are heavy, but I'm also feeling like I'm floating on clouds. Have I returned home? Please. Please tell me I'm home. The pain. That fearsome creature. Detheral. A world drenched in midnight moonlight. It was all just a figment of my overactive imagination, wasn't it? Is it? A dry sob bubbles from my lips. Maybe if I open my eyes now, I'll be in my old quarters. Perhaps I was lost in one of my daydreams again. Perhaps I went into overdrive after the excitement of receiving a new job. But daydreams can't be that vivid, can they? A shudder travels down my spine. What if I just keep my eyes closed forever? I can't do that. Angels don't sleep. Angels don't dream. Well, it's a nice enough room. It takes a moment for me to adjust to the darkness. My heart sinks before I can even take full stock of where I am. This room is spacious. Much more spacious than the quarters assigned me back home. Graciously furnished, but sparse. Large, empty walls with the exception of 2 large windows. Windows! I scramble out of bed, almost tripping over the comforter and falling flat on my face, flailing frantically to get to the glass panes. Come on! Come on! I dig my fingers into the seams between the frames, banging my fists on the glass. To my despair, nothing budges. Are these all sealed shut? Come on! Someone please! Help me! As if laughing at my expense, the stars outside blink back slowly. The deep, dark night sky seems to stretch endlessly into the horizon, empty save for the distant dots of light. A shuddering sob knocks away all my strength. I slide to the floor, crying. I'm not home. I'm not home. I'm not home. My wings tremble, curling around my shoulders in a futile attempt to comfort myself. I should have just walked out after cleaning up those cabinets. Should have reported to my superiors about the alchemical bottles and that I'm unqualified to handle them. If I had just left. If I had just taken the time to find some safety gears. Or at least notified someone. Why did I have to be so careless? It takes a while for me to compose myself enough to stand up. Even then, my legs wobble, and I have to lean onto the wall to stay upright. I'm still in the Yonder, whatever it is, that much is obvious. But how I ended up in this room is still a mystery. Now that I've calmed down somewhat, I remember talking non-stop, desperately trying to hold Deatherell's amusement. As it's been clear she has quite the extensive literary knowledge, I latched onto every opportunity to discuss any work that I recognize. The tactic mercifully dragged out our conversation without an immediate end. I remember my head was scrambling to keep the meandering talks going longer and longer. At some point I might have rambled over one of my favorite books, too. I hope she wasn't annoyed by that. But if she was, I'd have been dead now, wouldn't I? Oh, this is just too much. Scrubbing at my face, I start fixing the bed. My head is still pounding. Maybe it's because of the tears. But angels aren't supposed to feel such trivial discomfort. I close my eyes and sigh. Nothing makes sense anymore. There are spots in my memory. Try as I might, I can't seem to recall much further into our conversation. I have no idea how I ended up in this room. Shoving away another shutter, I approach the nightstand and stare down at my clipboard.
That was day 3.
Thought so. The navigator has completely dislodged from the clipboard, and there is now a horrible tear right down the middle of the parchment. The quill is the least damaged, but it alone can't do much. I gather them up and clutch them to my chest. The last shreds of normalcy I have left. With great difficulty, I turn to look at the door. What am I going to do now? I'm going to save again. I'm going to go out. Taking in a stuttering breath, I put a shaking hand on the door handle. If there's anything scary outside, I'll just slam the door shut. That's a good plan, right? Unless whatever is outside is quicker, then I can close the door, and if it's ready to attack the moment I open the door, and it's just waiting to tear me apart, and... I heave in another breath to stop myself from internally unraveling. Knowing that I'd freeze here forever if I don't do something, I brace myself and push the door open. Before any words can be spoken, I slam the door shut. What? In disbelief, I open the door again. I slam the door shut once more. What in the heavens is going on?
You know, what you see is not going to change, no matter how much you insist on abusing that poor innocent door.
Sorry. My thoughts petrify, and I automatically scramble into the vast hall, flinching as the door closes behind me with a click. I mean, what were you expecting to see? What even is this place?
No need. I trust you have had quite the rest, yes?
Rest? I guess? Sorry, I rested?
You have.
If my stomach had dropped to the floor at that very moment, then I wouldn't even be surprised. Rested? Does that mean I need to rest? To sleep? Now? What happened to me? What has this place... What has it done to me? Seemingly unaware or uncaring of my emotional turmoil, Detheral casually carries on.
You are quite young, even by angelical standards, are you not?
Yes? Yes, I am.
I see. Is this your first ever excursion from home, then?
Yes.
You are going to have to get used to some more changes, I dare say.
I am? It feels like the ground is falling away beneath my feet. Fear threatens to consume me whole. What else is going to change? Am I going to turn mortal? Will I need to eat, to drink, to breathe, too? This isn't fair! I didn't ask for this! What kind of changes are you talking about? What is going to happen to me?
What is this? Forgive me, I did not realize you have a guest, Shandu. It is fine. Welcome back, Oxan. Thank you, Shandu.
Shocked, I gawk at the stranger. Oxan, heedless of the tears still streaming down my face. She is, well, incredibly beautiful would be an understatement. Whew. Damn. Look at that bod. The sparkling emeralds of her eyes are even brighter than the winking stars outside, perfectly framed under dark lashes. The curves of her lips are full, and her body, accentuated in gold and shifting crimson silk, is as impeccably sculpted as a prize statue. Facts. The way she moves suggests a natural grace, sinuous and elegant, as if she is dancing with every step. Wait. Why is she moving closer? Instinctively, I scramble backwards, my legs tripping over each other, and I would have fallen over if my back didn't hit the wall first. No. Hi. Ah, wow.
Such a cute, helpless little thing. You are far away from home, aren't you?
You know where I'm from?
Sure do.
Would you please tell me how...
Why should I? Angels only ever bring trouble.
What are you talking about? She chuckles, the sound rolling richly off her tongue.
Acting coy, aren't we?
Oxan suddenly lets go and turns on her heels to stand before Detheral once more.
As compensation for my earlier-than-expected return, I have with me a few tributes. Oh?
With a flourish of silk and gold, Oxan produces a small stack of books, which lazily float towards Detheral.
Impeccable taste, as always. I am glad that they are to your liking.
My eyes dart between them, still too shocked to say anything. If my brain hasn't short-circuited, then does this mean Axon can come and go at will? Wait! You You live here?
Excuse me?
Sorry, but you said you came back. How do you... I mean, you can do this unassisted?
You would do well to shut your mouth.
I shrink at her icy tone. Dread fills up my nerves at my blunder. Oh no. Oh no!
Ah, I believe you two have not been properly introduced. Vellus, meet Oxon, the wandering queen. Oxon, Vellus, a journalist. Journalist?
Gathering myself, I offer Oxon a shaky smile. Yes. I was sent here to conduct an interview on Great Deathroll.
Were you?
I am, yes.
An angel,
Yes?
This does not seem right.
Well,
It is quite unconventional, if I must say so myself. But never say that the Yonder itself is ever conventional. That has nothing to do with this. But if you allow this...
She pauses, giving me a sharp look that makes my insides wilt.
To continue, then I must hold my words. Ah, Oxon, you take everything so seriously. My apologies. If you'd excuse me.
Deathroll dips her head slightly. Oxon bows with a flourish. Throwing me one distrustful glare, she strides out of the hall, head high, chin forward. I suck in whatever protest I could have made. Dread and indignation alike swell in my chest. I don't want to share the same room with her.
Shall we pick up where we left off last time?
Yeah, sure. Right, sure. Oh, what have I gotten myself into? Sorry, I think a lot slipped my memory towards the end of our conversation last night, day, time.
Ah, that is true. You did pass out.
Yes. Pass out? Yeah, pass out. I carefully eye Deathroll. She isn't the one who knocked me out, is she? She could have. I don't know what she's capable of. Death. We might have talked about something important. Something related to her at one point, but for the life of me, I can't seem to remember anything.
Is something wrong?
Just trying to figure out where we left off.
That was quite the abrupt end of our conversation.
It was, yes. I don't tend to forget things. Nor pass out, but I'm not going to keep reminding Deathroll of that.
Perfect memory, yes?
Yes.
We did not speak of anything important, if that is what you are wondering.
Just the multiverse and the destruction of the mortal realm and destroying heavens and things. Oh. That is a relief, then.
We spoke much about literature, though.
That's about what I remembered, then. I remember something about Charlie Bone. I know they're children's books, so...
No need to be embarrassed. As long as you enjoy what you read, who is to say your taste is poor?
You don't judge?
Why should I?
Well, my caretaker said those books serve no purpose.
Who are they to judge?
They are my superiors.
Of course. Well then, if you will indulge me, tell me a little more about this Charlie Bone of yours.
Of course.
Alright. Got to day 4. I don't know how many days are in the demo. What is this? I didn't even look at this. Oh. Okay. I'm glad we met at least one other character. Oh, there is one more character to meet, though. Nah. I wake up feeling, well, refreshed. It has been easier to accept the exhaustion when I had a particularly good conversation with Deatherill nonetheless. She was indulgent, dare I say, listening to my ramblings about my favorite books, no matter how childish they were, or at least according to my superior, anyway. This is a little strange. Scratch that, this is super strange. Having never felt the need to rest before coming here, sleep has been easy. It was easy to sink into bed after such a long and fulfilling conversation, and it was easy to close my eyes with a smile. I wonder if I overdid it. If I was home right now, I'd imagine it would already be way past dawn. Angels do not sleep, do not rest, but we have a schedule to adhere to. The night, for an angel my age, is dedicated to reflection, for prayers, and for inner self-betterment. We are supposed to recount the tasks we have accomplished during the day, organizing what we have and haven't done, and reflect on how we may complete our remaining duties more efficiently on the next day. But there are no tasks here, except for trying to survive, and trying to find a way home. I don't know, I feel like you're being converted to the Yonder. A bone-deep tiredness fills within me, seeping into my bones and making me sink deeper into the mattress. I feel like not getting up today. As soon as the thought enters my head, I spring up. What was I thinking? I can't just not get up. I have to go home, and lazing about isn't going to complete that task. Something uncomfortable churns in my stomach. My head spins. Aren't I accepting this too quickly? It is easy to fall for temptations. My entire body shudders remembering what I was taught. Heavens, I have been so careless, haven't I? This isn't the time to let any distraction stray you from your goal. Think, Vellus, think. I didn't manage to gather much important information from Deatherill yesterday. I remember I didn't see Oxon upon entering the room yesterday, but Oxon knows where I am from, or so she said. She seems to be able to travel here at will, and probably leave at will, too. Could she have used the door as a portal to leave? That must be what happened. Or maybe it's not Oxon that can travel at will. Maybe it's the door that allows that kind of interdimensional travel. The question is how to get it to work. And what a question, indeed. Well, I'm not going to find out about that sitting here doing nothing. In my panic the day before, I didn't manage to explore the room. It's dark, but the light switch is easy enough to find. Ah, much better. Now, let's see. Once again, there isn't much to it, but what draws my attention is a desk opposite of the bed. Oh, this from the, pick your name. It's simple, but well-stocked. A brush and a hand mirror, an empty notebook with a couple of loose sheets, a set of ink and quill, an empty lacquered box, and a bottle of water with an empty glass. I'm not going to have to drink eventually, am I? I fiddle around with the items and open the desk drawers to reveal compartments full of office supplies. Not sure how these are going to help me, but they can be of use. I pick up the tape. I guess you aren't going to fix my clipboard. The tape gives no answer. With a sigh, I put it back and walk away from the desk. I turn to stare at the door. Well, there is one source that I know for sure would have the answer. No time like the present. Whoa! What are you? Are you like a Naga? Hello, Lady Deatherill. Huh?
I didn't realize you have guests. I'll be leaving now.
Whoa! Without prompting, the half-snake, half-man creature lunges past me. He would have run me over if I didn't throw myself out of the way. Hey, watch it! Wait! That's... He slams the door behind him, disappearing before I could get the words out. My room. What? Who was that?
Apologies for Udon's behavior. He is rather shy.
Udon? Isn't that a type of noodle? I'm so glad that got referenced. I'm like, is that really how you say it? Udon?
The one who named him has a rather crude sense of humor.
Because he's a snake noodle. Oh. Right. Something in my stomach moves. Strangely enough, it doesn't feel similar to when I'm anxious. Still uncomfortable, but not sickening. Strange. But then there are stranger things here. Is he another guest?
Not exactly. Are you here today to conduct our interview?
Yes, that would be it.
Then I must apologize again. My schedule is rather packed today.
Ah, of course. That should be expected. Someone so powerful must be rather busy. My arrival was abrupt, to say the least, and I can't expect Deathral to spend day after day talking to me. Though, as I turn to go back to my room, I can't help but feel disappointed. Perhaps part of me was expecting a pleasant talk, like yesterday. Huh? Where did Udon go? Oh my goodness, poor Udon. I think I like him quite a bit, though. But I think I'm going to call it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I had a great time with this. I was really hoping I would meet one of the other main characters that's featured on the main page for the game, but alas, didn't run into him. But did get to meet Oxon, at least. She's a intimidating but fun character, but definitely not as intimidating as Deathral. She gives me them Gontaro Dim vibes, something fierce. I love this, though. It's so beautiful. The music is so nice. The sprites are unsettling and beautifully drawn, and the writing is really, really good. I am enjoying the heck out of what I played so far. So yeah, if you guys would like to experience this for yourself, I will leave a link to the demo down below in the description, both for Steam and itch.io. And like I mentioned, this is slated to be released on June 22nd. So not too long to play the full game, it seems, which is pretty cool. But that is going to be it for me, guys, I'm afraid. Thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, I will see you later.